Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 11 of the MFFL Nation Show. I'm your host, Mason, and I'm back at it again with Mavericks Digest, a.k.a. Unc. How's it going, my guy?
Hey, man, you keep calling me Unc, but back in my day, I didn't have Cooper Flagg or Anthony Davis wearing a Dallas Mavericks jersey. In my day, I was watching Popeye Jones and Jason Kidd hooping out there. Yeah, real Mavs fans remember Popeye Jones and Jason Kidd hooping out there, all right? So call me Unc all you want, but Unc knows real hoop.
Unc does know real hoop, and I think a lot of Mavericks fans only know Popeye Jones because of the recent news that was announced that we're going to start with right now. And this whole episode, I really want to base it around the fact that the Dallas Mavericks underratedly had the best offseason in the NBA. And that does include drafting Cooper Flagg. I don't care what people say. It was obvious, but Cooper Flagg got on the roster this offseason. It counts. But there's been a lot of changes on the coaching staff that I think is going to be very underrated going into next season. Obviously, shout out to Mark Stein, who's announced majority of this news. But the Mavericks now have a new top assistant coach in Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel is a two-time All-Star head coach and a 2020 champ who Jason Kidd was an assistant coach for with that team. Also a few other Mavericks hirings for the coaching staff as well. But I think adding Frank Vogel is huge. He has the championship experience. He's worked with Jason Kidd in the past, and he was with the Mavericks roster last season as a coaching consultant. But now being able to coach the Mavericks with a bigger role, work with Anthony Davis again, I think is going to be huge. And I'm very excited for this. And I know a lot of people don't like to make comparisons, but in my opinion, I love Sean Sweeney, always will. But this is an upgrade.
Yeah, I think it's something that a lot of fans might have looked at in a different lens at first, right? Like you hear, oh, Sean Sweeney left for the Spurs, and now Jared Dudley might go to Denver, and Sham God may go to Orlando. Like when we were getting those reports, a lot of fans were reacting as if no one wants to be in Dallas. Everybody wants to leave because then before that we were hearing how Jason Kidd in New York. So it really did feel like our entire coach staff wanted to leave. And I never truly believed that was the case for the most part. Like with Jason Kidd, like why wouldn't he want to coach Cooper Flagg in Dallas, helping him win a chip for the same team he won as a player? Like it didn't make sense for him to leave. Not saying he doesn't want to be in New York. Fans remember that before he was our coach, he could have gone to New York, but they chose Thibodeau. He was in the running. So there's obviously an attraction between New York and Jason Kidd, but neither here nor there. I think the assistant coaches coming in are a lot better than the ones going out. No disrespect to Sham God or Sweeney or Dudley, but each of the coaches have won in some degree. I mean, Phil Handy won when he was in Toronto, right? You have Popeye Jones who won in Denver. You have Frank Vogel who won in LA. Like almost everybody on our coaching staff has been a part of a championship team, which only makes sense. We are, for the most part, hard capped on these aprons. Money is very tight right now. If we can't get a better roster by trading and signing players, we might as well make the roster better than we already have by having better coaches. And that, in my opinion, is a very underrated move. It's a good move, and it's a smart move.
Yeah, 1,000%. And you go down the line, and Stein obviously reported about Popeye Jones recently joining the staff. Popeye won a championship in Denver in 2023. Also, another assistant coach that Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks were bringing in, Mike Penberthy, who was the shooting coach for the Denver Nuggets on that 2023 championship team. I mean, the Mavs are setting this up perfectly, where they're bringing in guys like Mike Penberthy, who's a shooting coach. They're bringing in Phil Handy, who might be one of the most underrated additions to this Mavericks organization. Phil Handy, hands down, probably the best player development coach that the NBA has seen in a very long time. A very, very close relationship with Kyrie Irving. So not only do you have Mike Penberthy, you have Phil Handy, and that is shooting and handles combined. And who do you have coming into your team? Cooper Flagg, a rookie who wants to tighten his handle, improve his shooting even more. You couldn't bring Cooper Flagg into a better situation, roster construction wise, coaching wise, anything. This is hands down the best situation he could be in, because at the end of the day, his head coach too is a player's coach in Jason Kidd.
Yep.
So, I mean, I look at what the Mavericks have done with their coaching staff this offseason. I'm not going to lie. I was scared at first when they were first reporting that Dudley was going to be gone. Jensen got the coaching job at Utah, his alma mater, Sweeney and Shamgod and everything. But we have breaking news.
Oh, yeah. Devin Booker just
Devin
signed a
Booker.
$145 million contract. All right. Good job.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Eat up that cap space.
But I can't, I don't think I've ever been this excited for a coaching staff, because you look at Vogel, who's won a championship. Pemberthy won a championship as a coach, actually won a championship as a player as well in 2001. Jay Triano, who you as a former Raptors fan and former coach, I was going to call you a former Raptors fan, but I don't know where you stand with it.
I mean, I still check in every now and then. Every now and then.
But we look at it, and Popeyes won a championship, and Phil Handy's won 3 with one with Cleveland, Toronto, and LA. I love this coaching staff, and I think what Mavs fans have been able to see in the past few years is that a guy like Sean Sweeney had a lot of insight and a lot of say in what the Mavericks did in their offensive and defensive schemes. So when you bring a guy in like Vogel with that as well, I just think they did all-around upgrades everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with the Cooper Flagg thing. Like, I've said it many times where Cooper Flagg's coming into an organization that has that can easily be competitive his own rookie year, right? We can be competitive right out the gate without depending on him, because that's what's important, because he could have gone to the Portland Trail Blazers and they would have to live or die by Cooper Flagg. I'm not saying you can't. That's a lot of pressure for the youngest player in his draft, but I know he's the best player in his draft, but he's coming to the Mavericks where not a lot of pressure's on you. You just do you, be you, grow into who you need to be, help us out. But AD is still, our number one go-to on offense. Kyrie is still the ball handler who's going to bring it down and facilitate. Gafford and Lively are going to be hanging down low. Like, we're not leaning on Cooper Flagg. He has so much talent around him, and then he has all these coaches around him that are just top level. He has every tool available to be successful and have an amazing NBA career. That, hot take, the next 2 to 3 seasons doesn't matter as far as if we can win at finals. I think it's more important for development with not just Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, Dereck Lively, Max Christie, all our young players. They have the opportunity to grow, which can only help us in the future when we don't have any picks. Yeah. We do have a season or 2 straight, no first round pick at all. No, so if we win in the next few seasons, what's up?
We have a first round pick next year.
Next year, but the following. I don't think the following year we don't. But if we do win the next 2-3 seasons, I mean, I'm happy. It's great. If we fall short, it's like, okay, cool. Well, did Cooper improve? Did Max Christie improve? Did Dereck? There's still positives, right? We're not a team where if we lose, there's nothing. There's no bright side. There's nothing to really look forward to. We lost, right? Like, we're not the Phoenix Suns. We didn't have a season where we didn't have a playoff appearance and we almost didn't have a pick in the upcoming draft.
Yeah.
So regardless, a perfect situation for Cooper Flagg and any other young player, Ryan Nembhard, who is going to be joining this Dallas Mavericks team. I'm very excited for the young guys and, the immediate future of what we have going on.
And as people will be watching this, today's the day for the Dallas Mavericks Summer League game. Summer League is back, and Mavericks fans finally have something to look forward to. Last season was boring. Very, very boring. The season before, I'll say, it was fun watching Dereck Lively.
Yeah.
I mean, we all thought Max was going to be, insane, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And, the Jaden Hardy, Max and D-Live year in Summer League was fun. Last year sucked. I mean, Melvin Ajinxa can only give you so much pleasure. But this year, pause.
But no, yeah, this year it's a lot more exciting. I totally get what you're saying. Last year, you had Melvin, you had Omax, but I mean, I watched a few of our summer league games, and it just looked like not a lot of like, let me show you what I can do. It's more of like, I only care about myself, right? Like it was very selfish ball and not like team ball. And obviously it's summer league, so like you win summer league, who cares? But like you can still showcase how good you are by playing team ball. It was not that good to watch, but I am excited for today's first game against the Lakers. Cooper Flagg against Bronny, man, blockbuster. It's not like the Lakers have a better young player on their summer league team, but Bronny James and Cooper Flagg, that's the rivalry of the century. It's going
Are
to
you
be
talking
amazing.
about? Are you talking about the player that should have been put in the Luka trade as well? Dalton Connect.
So yeah, yes, him. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Bronny. I'm like, don't you what? No, anyway, yes, Dalton. Yes, but anyway, no, yeah. So summer league's gonna be great. And other than Cooper Flag, because obviously that's a no brainer. Everybody's gonna watch his every move and break down everything that he does. But there are some hidden gems on our summer league team. I think a lot of fans should tune into summer league because one thing we learned last year is that if you are on this roster in any capacity, you're important. Right. I think before last season, we almost wouldn't care about our 2A guys, right? Like we had Alex Fudge and then we had AJ Lawson. We love him. Like, cool, yeah. But it's like, chill out, sit over there.
So
Last year, every 2A player was needed to the point where, like, what was it? Kessler Edwards ran out of games, couldn't play anymore. Like, they're important. So, not saying that's ever going to happen again. You can never really say never, but these 2A guys, these guys in the summer league, there's a lot of good talent, a lot of good players that definitely deserve a spot, but should be looked at in the event of we're running out of players.
I do hope Kessler gets a contract.
He deserves it. He worked his butt off. He had to play center for us. Center.
Dude, nothing was funny. Not funny, but it was minorly funny when you remember. I forget what game it was, but when Kessler and DP like slammed heads,
Just slapped. I'm like,
it was like
are we having to forfeit now?
it was like the lowest point of the season.
I think all I did was laugh and happy because, like, what else can you do?
No, literally,
Literally,
but
there was a stretch where almost every game someone was getting hurt. I'm like, what? What else? Then boom, Kessler Edwards and Dwight Powell smacking heads.
It was bad, but
Yeah.
I am very excited for this summer league game against the Lakers. I'm not whatsoever expecting Cooper Flagg to go out and put up 30 points.
No.
Is he capable of it? Yeah, for sure. But I wouldn't be, man, I'm going to be so honest. I wouldn't like be surprised or mad if we see like a 12 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists kind of game because that's how summer league is.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to get a lot of good looks. As you shortly spoke about, Ryan Nembhard, who, again, is another piece of the puzzle when I talk about the Mavericks having such a phenomenal offseason. Undrafted signing that was just phenomenal.
Yep.
Do we give Nico props? Are we allowed to give Nico props?
I mean, look, I always give credit where credit is due. Whether you do something that's obvious and you should have done it, or if you did something that was great. You got to take the good with the bad. And this is me just being completely honest when it comes to Nico. You got to take the good with the bad, right? I can't hate him forever for doing one thing if he does a million other good things. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not going to absolve him. Like, I'm not forgiving you for that. Like, you really tore the fan base emotionally apart. But if we're being objective here, the roster looks pretty good. And Ryan Nembhard was a solid find.
Ryan Nembhard was a very solid find. And it's also interesting, too, because, I mean, I saw Nembhard said he's excited to be in Dallas. Mm-hmm. But I wonder why he chose Dallas. Because when you're undrafted, it's up to you. And, I mean, you look at the situation, Kyrie's out, and then D'Lo and B-Will. So maybe look, I think he's going to shock everyone.
Yes.
There's a lot of people sleeping on him. I mean, the guy was number 1 in the NCAA for assists per game. I mean,
5'11"
and shot 40% from 3.
40 from 3. Like, you're averaging like 10 points a game, 9 assists, bro. What?
I think, I mean, first of all, I forget who was talking about it. I really do. But this is the kind of player that you want in summer league, someone who can facilitate really well. I think it's going to be perfect for Cooper to not only have the opportunity to take the ball up, but also have a point guard that can facilitate him on the wing and everything like that. And then also, I mean, we heard the Mavericks summer league head coach Josh Broghammer say that Zariq Phelps, who's a local kid from Dallas, has been shooting around 75% from the field in their in-practice scrimmages. So there's a bunch of guys to look out for on this Mavericks Summer League roster. There is a two-way spot open. So very, very likely that whoever outside of Coop, Nembhard, and Miles Kelly performs the best can get that two-way spot. We obviously look at guys like Musa Cisse, preferably. I don't want the Mavericks to use their last two-way on a big. I think you also have Dwight Powell if things go that south again, which no biggie.
I mean, Dwight's the GOAT.
He
was actually in the weight room yesterday for, when the whole summer league team was practicing. Dwight Powell was there, but he was in the weight room putting up.
I think he lives there.
I think he lives there. He's jacked. Like Dwight Powell's a pretty yoked dude.
He's yoked. He's yoked. But I mean, I look at this team. I mean, Matthew Cleveland was a stud at Miami. Jamarian Sharp. If the Mavericks really do want to go with another center, I mean, I would be fine with playing Jamarian Sharp.
I will tell you right now, they're not giving him two-way.
I know.
Jamarian Sharp is 7 feet 5 inches.
Yeah.
And it stops there.
I know.
Love him. Great guy, but,
Or maybe like Melvin Ajinxa just shoots lights out.
I think out of all of the players that could get a two-way spot, I think Melvin has the best odds, aside from being drafted, but also just the fact that he improved a lot. Not a lot of people were watching him at all last season, and I didn't really check into like after our season was over. I'm like, let me see how Melvin's doing. He's put on muscle. His shooting has improved, and his defense has improved. So by all metrics, a little 3-and-D two-way guy, cool, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was shooting like 3 attempts per game in the EuroLeague from 3 and was around 37-38%, which is
that's great.
A really good rate in the second best league in the world, in my opinion, at least. But I'm very excited for Summer League, and I think it's going to be really fun. I hope that at minimum we get to watch Cooper Flagg play 2 games because I really want to see that Mavs versus Spurs matchup, Harper versus Flagg. I think that's going to be really entertaining.
I need that.
It's going to be really fun.
I think 2 games is fair. Don't want to do too much, but I heard, and I'm sure you've heard the reports too, like on 4th of July, they had to like tell him like, don't work out, like go home, spend time with your family. So like, and you love to hear that because it's like, yeah, Cooper is a freaking like addict. He's a freak. I love it. So telling him that he's only playing 2 games, he's like, yeah, sure. Okay. Game 3, he shows up.
Dude,
I'm here.
We got a dog, man.
Yeah. I love it. I love the attitude. I love the mentality. And just going back to what you said, how he'll probably have like 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists or something like that. Like, yeah, that's probably what he's going to do, because if you really, really watch Cooper Flagg's play, like he is a very complimentary player. Obviously score when you can, but he's going to look to get people involved. So we're not going to see like some crazy solo performance dropping 30 30-point triple doubles. No, like 12, 3, and 6. Yeah. He was probably very effective very efficient and was getting everybody else involved.
Can we talk about this real quick? I want to
Come over.
Can you see this video?
No, I can't see anything.
It's not showing?
No.
My screen's not sharing? Man.
Nope.
I wanted to show the Cooper film that the Mavs posted.
I love it.
How about now?
I can't see it.
Nothing. That's so weird. But I don't know. Did you see what the Mavs had posted with the practice film from yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you see the spin midi and the and 1-3?
Bro. Tough.
I see. I people aren't gonna like it, but I do see a Tatum bag. I do,
and that's not a bad thing.
No, but
that's not a bad thing.
It's Mavs fans.
Saying that Cooper Flagg has a Jason Tatum bag at 18 years old is not a bad thing. First of all, and I think also like when people say that the skill of Tatum is good. You just don't like the person, and that's okay. But the skill is there. Tatum is a very good player. The skill is all there. You just don't like him as a person, and that's totally fine. The Cooper Flagg Tatum comparisons, yeah, I totally see it. I totally see it. And one thing that really impressed me was the fact that he just didn't seem to miss any shot. Didn't seem to miss any of his shots at all. So
I'm very excited. I mean, and the Mavs reporters have done a great job. Shout out to Noah Weber, Joey.
Yep.
Those guys have done a really good job with showing us the Coop highlights. I mean, the guy, from what we've seen, I mean, doesn't miss at all. But we spoke about Ryan Nembhard. I want to just quickly talk about Miles Kelly because I think this is another intriguing player that I think Mavs fans have realized how important two-way players are now after last season. That is someone who could play in the Mavs rotation if injuries do go bad. And Miles Kelly played in big environments, a very good volume shooter, I believe, shot 37, 34% from three at Auburn off of like six attempts per game. So I'm excited about that addition as well. And again, I think we're going to see his full potential when he's playing alongside a guy like Ryan Nembhard in Summer League, who they've also said, Kelly spoke about it, that Nembhard was at a lot of the same draft workouts that he was at. So they were able to already play with each other a little bit and get to know each other, which is very cool. So I'm excited for Miles Kelly. How are you feeling about him?
Yeah, I mean, I called him the steal of the draft. Like, I really did think that he was a steal of the draft, but for different reasons. Like, obviously, Ryan Nembhard is a steal. Like, that's crazy that we were able to get him. But what I see in Miles Kelly is a Klay Thompson for when Klay is gone. When he was in college, if you look at his defensive rating for each year in college, they just kept, like, defensively, he kept getting better and better. His shooting was amazing. There was a game where he played against Kentucky. He shot like 9 of 13 from three. The dude is a flamethrower.
That's a
And the
Klay
fact that
stat.
he plays, and the fact that he plays defense is also good because we have our own flamethrower that can't play good defense. Love you, Jaden Hardy, but dang, you know what I mean? So I think Miles Kelly is a steal because in 2 years when Clay's gone, cool, Miles Kelly, your spot.
Yeah, that's
So
a good point. Hopefully Max
yeah.
Christie can do something with that.
Max
too.
Christie as well. I say this not because I hate him or I don't like him, but sometimes I forget Max Christie's here, and then I'm like, oh man, we got Max too. Like that's just another a great thing. I think Miles Kelly is taller than Christie. I think Miles Kelly's like 6'6". I can't remember how tall Max Christie is, but
Max is like 6'5" now.
Man, look, we've got. And if it didn't feel this way months and months ago, but we do have a future. We do. We have a future, and we're going to be okay.
I tweeted this a few days ago. This past 2 weeks, I would say, is the most like good vibes I've seen from this fan base in a very, very long time, and it's awesome. I mean, dude, we're freaking out over the D'Angelo Russell videos that were out. I mean, I'm excited for the D'Lo show.
I have been excited ever since I knew he was coming. When I was told it's him, I'm like, let's do it. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I've been a D'Lo fan my whole life. Never have been. But I know what he brings. I know what he can do, and it's the perfect fit at the perfect price. And again, Nico has a relationship with D'Lo. That helps bring him here. Also, AD, Klay, Kyrie, those guys, and Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd also like pushed for D'Lo and spoke on his behalf, which is great because we know how much Jason Kidd loves point guards.
A lot.
I think it's going to be great. But yeah, the vibes are immaculate. The vibes are great right now. You still have that pocket of Mavs fans that they feel how they feel. They want to be what they want to be. But as far as the fans that are ready to see what this team can do moving forward, I love what I'm seeing.
I'm very excited, and I think when you talk about D'Lo, I mean, I just think this is a guy who has insane chemistry with Anthony Davis, who is going to be able to facilitate the ball very well, who outside of the last like half of last season shot the three ball very efficiently.
Yep.
And I saw I forget who tweeted it today, and it really annoyed me. Somebody said he was like a worse defender than Luka. I
think I
love
saw that too. Where did I see that? I saw that too.
It's no hate to whoever tweeted it. It might have been Mavs blog. I don't remember.
When it comes to defense,
You
And
also have the best anchors in the NBA. Like, you have Anthony Davis, PJ Washington, Cooper Flagg, Dereck Lively, Daniel Gafford. Like, I'm sorry. If you get blown by, don't worry. Like,
got a whole back line. And the crazy thing is, literally at every position, minus the point guard position, we have excellent defenders. Even at the 2, Max Christie is a very good defender. Very good defender. Klay Thompson can still play defense. But yes, our 3s, great defenders. Our 4s, great defenders. Our 5s, all great defenders. But D'Lo's defense isn't so bad that we're going to lose games because of it. Like, Kyrie is not a good defender. He tries. He puts in an effort. It's there. But Kyrie is not that great of a defender either. There's a lot of different ways to measure defense. The eye test is something that a lot of people want to use. Blow by stat is a new thing that I've never seen before, but apparently we measure defense with that now. But if you look at like defensive rating, defensive box plus minus, and you take D'Lo from even last season and measure him to our current players from last season, not at the bottom. Yep. Nowhere near it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but last time I checked, D'Lo had a better defensive rating than Najee Marshall, Max Christie, and Kyrie Irving. Max Christie might be off, but he had a better defensive rating than Kyrie Irving. So the other players that are in his similar position of being a ball handler, he doesn't have the worst defensive rating. He had a better defensive rating than Spencer Dinwiddie. He has a better defensive rating than Jane Hardy. And he did have a better defensive rating than Dante Exum. And Dante Exum is known for defense.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying D'Angelo Russell is a better defender than all these players. Some, yes. But it's not to the point of where people are talking about it like it's so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really talking about it like he's a cone. Like, he's just sucks without really looking at the numbers, looking at the context. And the most important thing about D'Angelo Russell, something that I learned about him, is that the years and I guess moments in his career where he didn't play that well were also times where he was about to get traded, meaning things were not that good for him. Things were not good in LA before he got traded, or when he was in Golden State or in Minnesota, like right before he gets traded, things like he plays bad.
Yeah.
He's now here. He's not going anywhere because we need him. We also have other good players around him, so we won't have to rely on him to do too much outside of facilitating.
Right.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's not. And I think, I mean, you harped on it as well. Just having the roster around you is very important. You know, I think when the Nuggets won that 2023 championship, a perfect example of it is Jamal Murray.
Yep.
And the defense that the Nuggets had around him, and a guy like KCP, who was a great perimeter defender, a lockdown defender in Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
And so I think it's sort of a similar situation in Dallas to where one below average defender in the starting lineup is not going to ruin anything whatsoever because of the backline that you have. So that brings me to a question that I want to ask you, and it might turn to debate. I think you're on the same page as me, but I'm not sure.
No, I don't want to trade Gafford.
No, I don't want to trade Gafford. I'm over it. I'm over it.
You ask me this every day. You ask me this every day. Hey, Mavericks Digest, you want to trade Daniel Gafford?
Bro,
no, leave me alone.
Now you're making me look like a fanboy.
He's not a fanboy, I promise, guys. He just trolls me.
I do. I have a statement to make.
Let's hear it.
I'm a Caleb Martin believer.
What are you believing in?
I mean, for multiple things. I do think, hands down, I'm going to get trolled in the comments because of you.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold that in. Go ahead.
I'm a Caleb Martin believer.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go. This is your show. This is your show. Tell us why you're a Caleb Martin believer.
True or false? He's the best point of attack defender on this team. He's the best option to guard a guy like Shea on this Mavericks roster. True or false?
Okay, so I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to also add to my answer. Yes, but he is, until I see more, he, right now, from what I saw, is so bad on offense, I don't want him on the
I
floor.
was gonna get to it.
Like the defense is there. I'm not gonna deny it. The defense is there. Cool. But when we're on offense, I don't like you're not there. Like it's now 4-on-5.
The defense is more than there. The defense is really good.
Yes, but like with Derrick Jones Jr., great point of attack defender, and we love seeing him on offense. His 3-point shot improved with us. He was a high flyer pick and roll for the alley-oop, the lob. So you had options when the defense generated offense. Caleb Martin will take the defense, generate offense, and then he's like, I'm out. I can't shoot. My jumper is literally broken. He has my jump shot's not that broke, and I don't even play ball.
We got to get it. By the way, I've seen the heated debates on Twitter. It looks like we have to get Mavericks Digest TGK 1-on-1.
Look, I will talk a lot of smack, and I won't back it up. All right, when you got knees like me, I can't be out there. If anybody wants to say they're better than me at basketball, you're probably right. I can jump. I can't dunk anymore. I am too scared to dunk because if I tear this ACL a second time, I'm gonna retire.
I understand it, but this is why I'm hopeful and optimistic. 2024-25, when he was with Philly, shot 37.9% from 3 on 2.8 attempts. 2023-24, I would say, I've always said this, if you can shoot 35% from 3, you deserve to shoot 3-pointers. Below that is where you get wishy-washy. 35% is my sweet spot. In the 23-24 season with the Heat, he shot 34.9% on 3.6 attempts. So we can call that 35. The year before that, 35.6 on 3.3 attempts. And the year before that, 41.3% on 2.6 attempts. The reason why I'm not like giving up on him or anything is because throughout his whole time in Dallas, he played hurt. That's just a fact.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm not going to sit here and say he has the most beautiful jump shot. That hitch in his jump shot is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It looks like he's unsure if he wants to actually shoot the ball.
You know what it reminds me of? The way he like hesitates his jumper is like the way Matt Barnes would twitch his legs on jump shots. I don't know if you remember that, but it's like something that I always hated growing up watching those watching him.
It's just one of the ugliest things you've ever seen. It's just so ugly.
But I don't think he's an outstanding offensive player. I think he's probably a below average offensive player. I do think this is a guy that if you can trust him to shoot 35% from 3, occasionally attack the basket, while also be your best point of attack defender, that he is deserving of playing anywhere from 12 to 16 minutes a game. And I think this could easily be a guy that we go to in playoff time and say, okay, we actually really need a point of attack defender in the game.
Can't we just send out Max Christie?
I love Max. I'm a huge Max fan, but I'm one of the.
Can Cooper Flagg be a point of attack defender?
No, not yet. No.
Not yet. Can D'Lo? D'Lo's very good in the ISO.
Come on.
He is. Come on, man. D'Lo's not a bad defender.
No, he's not. But we're talking.
Point of attack defender, D'Lo.
I feel like Caleb Martin gets a lot of hate because of the Grimes trade. Sort of like
I will say personally, I don't. My hatred for the Grimes trade has subsided. One, because ultimately it turned out to be the right move. He wants $25 million a year, and not even Philly's going to give him that, right? So glad that's not our problem to deal with, right? We don't have to worry about that. But then also, it's like we've got enough talent that I don't care if Caleb Martin plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if he sees the court or not. He's not a player I'm worried about. The players I'm worried about are the ones I know are going to get minutes. And we got Cooper Flagg now. We have Najee Marshall. Those two are going to be in front of Caleb Martin. So I don't know how many minutes. Like, how many minutes did he play per game last season?
With Philly?
Yeah, in Philly. Or just for the full season?
With Philly, he played 30 minutes per game.
I can't take that. 30 minutes a game?
What? With Miami in 23-24 season, 27 and a half, and the year before that, 29. So,
how many with the Mavs?
He played 14 games and he averaged 19.6.
That sounds like too much. If I'm being honest, it sounds like he played. I thought it was like 12, 13 minutes. He was out there too long.
He played 19 because the
Well, we
injuries.
were hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So
mean,
yeah. So like that 19 when we were hurt is going to go down more when we're fully healthy, right?
yeah, but I think like he's a good 12 to 16 minutes. I mean, dude,
I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
I'd be shocked if he's not in the rotation on opening night.
I'm sure he will, but like I'm not worried about opening night. I'm worried about like February, March.
Oh, I'm on the page where if he comes out bad, he's gone by the deadline.
Gone. Yeah.
But I
Sure.
believe in him.
Play him at opening night. Yeah, I'm sure.
I
We all
believe
know
in
that
him.
Jason Kidd will experiment for the first like month and a half.
I believe in him. Jason Kidd
And that's
is
fine
great.
that you believe in him. Anybody who puts on the Mavericks jersey, we should always support. I don't hate the kid. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care if he's on the court or not. Like that's where I stand with Caleb Martin. I know the defense is there, which I love defense. Again, the defense should generate some offense. You need to be able to help on offense, not be a liability or not have a ugly jump shot. Ugly jump shot.
I mean, if we're being honest, Nico probably traded for him just because of the fact he plays good against the Celtics.
And then the Celtics got hurt, so don't need you.
Yeah, right. I will never forget the Caleb Martin Christmas Day game against the Celtics. Dude hit like 7 threes against them. But
made no sense.
I'm a Caleb Martin believer.
That's fine.
I want to end this episode with something that has been a big debate on X.
Okay.
Who would you rather trade? Omax or Hardy? And I'm not talking about the player you just dislike more. Everything taken into mind. Value, future, contract.
I'm trading Jane Hardy.
I love it.
And it's for multiple reasons. Multiple reasons. And the first one is, we're trying to make room for Dante. If we move Omax, we now have D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Williams, Dante Exum, and Jane Hardy point guards. Jane Hardy, you're not getting minutes. You and Brandon Williams will most likely not get minutes in that rotation. So there's no point in moving a forward to add our fourth point guard. We're bringing on Dante, so get rid of Jane Hardy.
Yeah.
I think Jane Hardy can benefit from being on a team with low expectations that can give him more minutes. I've said for, I think, a season and a half now, the Trailblazers, I don't know what we can get for him. Send him to Portland. They don't know what they're doing. He can have a lot of burn out there. Or maybe Utah. Utah's trying to just give away players, right? So certain teams he can go to that have no expectations. He can flourish, get paid, develop maybe. And when it comes to Omax, even though I also want him traded as well for the same reasons, I still believe that he could be a better player. I still think he can improve because whenever he goes to the G League, he pops off. He looks like he doesn't belong there because he's that good. And then he comes to us and it's like the opportunity to play isn't there, mainly because of his position having a huge log jam.
That's the thing I don't get, though. It's like, if you guys are even contemplating keeping Omax, why the heck is he not playing in Summer League? That makes absolutely zero sense. This isn't a veteran. This guy is going into year 3. His year 1 was better than year 2. Send him back into the Summer League. Like, that's the thing that agitates me.
Is it because he's coming back from injury?
That is true.
Remember, he injured I think it was his wrist. I think he had surgery. I'm sure he's fine now, but they're probably like, you don't need to go out there.
Or maybe it's like
maybe he's not going out there because they are going to trade him.
I feel like both of those guys right now have negative value.
Yes. I have been informed that the reason why they're still here is because almost every single trade package to send them out, the other team wanted draft capital and we did not want to attach any picks, whether that's second round or first round. So yes, they have negative value. You have to add picks just for someone to take them. And look, you shouldn't waive either of them. You should get something for them. I don't like waiving players that you can say that they have negative value. There is a trade out there for one of them, or maybe 2 of them, 2 for 1, who knows? But I don't think we should waive them. We should find a home for these players.
I mean, one of them has to go.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we have 16 spots.
Yeah, no, and they didn't offer Dante a 1-year deal. Just be like, I'm sorry, can't make it work. Like, no, the plan is to make room for him. So he's obviously on the team. Caleb Martin, you can trade him like before the deadline for something, right?
You know who else could get traded?
Tread lightly.
I'm trolling.
Look, I truly do believe that I'm one of Daniel Gafford's biggest defenders because I remember it was like January, December-ish. Everyone's talking about trading Gafford for Herb Jones. Da da da. I'm like, no, I
You
was
were with it, bro. Stop. You would have been cool with it.
I was dying on that hill on Twitter every day on every video saying, no, I don't want to trade Gafford. Lively gets hurt a lot, and I don't want to see Dwight Powell out there. Keep Gafford. You know what happened? Dereck Lively got hurt, and Daniel Gafford was showing you what he can do. Oh, maybe you don't need to trade him. Well, Dadoy. Yeah. I'm his number one defender. I'm sitting here like, nope, the landlord stays. Pay your rent. Stop crying.
Yeah. No, I want to keep Gaff. I just had I gotta troll with that now.
Every single time. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't think we're going to make any move outside of moving one of those players. Whenever they get traded, we're done.
Yeah.
Traded, waived, whatever. Whenever one of them is gone, we are done officially.
I would say I know people just don't like to say it because Luka's gone. I love this roster. Yeah. I really do, especially when Kai gets healthy. I mean, I think people are also taking out proportion that the video on his stream that came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
Taking his time and everything. I'm standing on the hill that he comes back around All-Star break. I really
for sure.
think so.
For sure. But if you know Kyrie, you know that he's first of all going to err on the side of caution. He's not going to rush back. He's going to take his time and come back when he's ready. Which is fine. Take your time, dude. Like, if you need, even around All-Star break, you need more time. If we're winning games, looking good, cool. Take your time, chill out. I don't want to make things worse. But I mean, it's okay to say you like this roster. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, and I hate talking about this topic and this subject. I hate having to keep going back to it. But two things can be true. We had a really good team to start the season. Injuries aside, we had a really good team to start the season last season, and we still have a really good team to start this season. Two things can be true. Both teams, both rosters were good rosters. You could argue one might be better, but it's not like we're the Wizards. We're not Phoenix. We're not Portland, right? Like, we did not fall from grace that bad. Had a little hiccup, but we're back now.
By the way, I think Phoenix is getting slept on. I like that.
Phoenix is fixing their problems. They're righting their wrongs. The next step is get Bradley Beal out of there, and then apologize to Devin Booker for wasting 2 years.
Oh, 1,000%. But
that's probably why he got that $145 million contract. Hey, man, sorry we brought these guys in. Stay.
Yeah, they're moving me. I mean, I think Brooks is a really good fit for them, and then Malawash is going to be
amazing.
Yeah, he's going to be really good. But yeah, I'm excited about this Mavs roster. I think if AD and the three guys I'm looking out for right now is AD, Lively, and PJ when it comes to injuries. PJ is very underratedly, minorly injury prone.
It's one thing that I've mentioned. Yes, that's that, bro. I have said it so many times. Like, PJ and his weak ankles, ankle sprains. But we know why, because even he said it. I think people kind of missed it, but towards the end of the season, it was his most recent ankle sprain where he came back and he had a bad game against the Lakers or something. People what? He was out, for another few games, and he even said, "Yeah, I think I came back too soon."
Yeah.
Oh, the medical staff is the reason why you keep spraining your ankle, because you keep coming back too soon. So, no, I get it, but yeah, PJ had weak ankles. Jaden Hardy had weak ankles. Everybody was getting sick. Najee literally had the Black Plague.
Oh my God, that was so bad. That was so bad.
Lord, but I'm glad he's fine. I'm glad it didn't turn into something worse. Because they said it was an upper respiratory, so that could have been pneumonia or anything. So I am glad that he's okay. But yeah, no, PJ,
I know what code for upper respiratory is, sir.
Lungs. Yeah.
That gas.
Oh, yeah, that gas. But yeah, PJ, I'm expecting more games played this year than last year. Lively and AD, of course, they're probably the two I'm most worried about when it comes to injuries. The only reason I truly believe the only reason why Gafford got hurt was because of just usage.
Yeah,
We were playing him way more than we should have. Like, we really didn't use Dwight Powell
he
that
was
much.
balling out though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, rightfully so. Like, we kept him out there because it was working. And because of that, we couldn't really bench him. And of course, we have Dwight Powell, but like, we didn't even want to use Dwight Powell. We're throwing out Kessler Edwards out there to play the 5. You know what I mean? So
that was rough.
Gafford's good. I'm honestly, I'm not. I don't want to say surprised in a disrespectful way, but I guess I'm happy that Clay didn't have many injuries or at all. Like, he was good last season.
Dude, Clay, people really underrate what he did last year. Like, he shot, I think, what was he, like 39.4% from 3? And availability, like you say, is the best ability.
Yep.
And he was very available. And I mean, I stand on the hill that I think Clay should be in the starting lineup next year. A lot of people don't think that, but I think you need a definitive shooter in your lineup. And even if Cooper Flagg comes shooting lights out at Summer League, I think Clay should stay in the starting lineup. Especially come playoff time, man. I mean, you go against these teams, all these teams in the West have shooters. They have shooters, and Clay, I don't think, is a poor defender by any means. And I don't know. I think Cooper's better at the 3 and the 4. I don't think you should automatically just put him at the 2 to start the season and put PJ at the 3. If anything, I've seen a lot of chatter about people wanting Max Christie to start at the 2, which I would understand that. I would understand.
I was ready to argue you and say no, put Max Christie, but you said something that really made me think, and it's the playoffs. I think if you look at the season as just regular season, sure, have Max Christie start, have Clay off the bench. You got 3-point shooting, cool. But if it's the playoffs where rotations and lineups are a lot more strict, do I want to have Clay start in my playoff lineups or Max Christie? I want Clay.
The guy who's won 4 championships, and
I want him in my starting lineup.
And is statistically a playoff riser.
Exactly. Max Christie, who's still developing, come off the bench. You'll be great off the bench. But yeah, Clay should definitely start. It's going to be interesting, and we're going to see. I really do believe we're going to see a bunch of different lineups until we get it right or find what's more comfortable. But putting PJ in the starting lineup literally shoves Clay to the bench, and if it doesn't, then it pushes Cooper to the 1, but then pushes D'Lo to the bench. So it's weird. It's weird. There's only 5 players, and who knows? Maybe PJ is the 6th man. Maybe he does come off the bench and does us a solid, and then fans can stop hating him.
I think he'll be 6th man. I do. I think what's going to end up happening is that they give him a contract extension. He's cool with the 6th man role. Yeah. And it works out for everyone. I don't see why PJ would get mad at being the 6th man because of the fact that even when the trade went down, I believe it was Jay Kidd who said it. It might have been in the Cleveland presser, actually, like right after the trade. Anthony Davis is going to close a lot of games at the 5. So what does that mean? PJ at the 4, Cooper at the 3, and then you could go Kyrie Clay, Kyrie Christie, and I mean,
give me D'Lo, Kyrie. Yeah, give me both of them. Both of them. Both of them.
We could see it. It takes time.
Nah, give me both.
Think about the Houston game. Who hit that clutch 3 in the Houston game? Max Christie. Jason Kidd is not afraid to put Klay Thompson on the bench to close games.
Yeah, and the thing is about Klay, I think Klay cares more about his starting role than PJ. I know that was a big point of contention when he was in Golden State. That was a big thing that came up for Klay. But at the same time, though, just like you said, we saw for the majority of last season, Klay will start. He'll go to the bench, and a lot of people are like, "Where's Klay?" Klay doesn't play. Or, very rarely do we see Klay close out games, which I think is weird, but it is what it is. He'll normally play part of the first, a little bit of the second, a big chunk of the third, and that's really it. Barely the fourth. So Klay, he can start, but it doesn't really matter past that. PJ, I think, and I'm just speaking out loud, the negotiations on his contract should go either I'm in the lineup and I'll take a team-friendly deal, or you give me the most money I can possibly get and I'll come off the bench. Give me one of them.
I
think that's fair.
I think he's deserving of the money.
Oh, for sure. His role, his position, his style is now becoming a luxury. I said that many times. It's becoming a luxury. That wing defender who can put the ball on the floor and attack, and his 3-point shot has improved drastically. I think he shot like 37% last season.
Yeah, he shot well. And he's the OKC stopper.
OKC, like any team who thinks OKC is their only competition should be trying to trade for PJ because that's the smart thing to do.
It's true. I know, like people take it as a joke now, but it's true.
I have yet to see him play bad against them while in the Mavericks. So,
yeah.
But it'll be interesting. And said it many times, good problems to have. I got too many good players, don't know where to put them. Cool. At least you don't have too many bad players that you don't know where to hide them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna be in a good spot. It's gonna be interesting. I do predict training camp to be super competitive, especially like anybody playing the 3, 4, 5. They're gonna be fighting. I remember last season, Jason Kidd said how Gafford and Lively were fighting for who's gonna be the starter, and although it may vary on night to night basis, but it was Gafford starting opening night.
Can we? Do you have a minute?
I got a couple.
Are we set on Lively starting?
I'm not. And it's nothing against him. I still look at him and Gafford as 1A, 1B. It is a health thing. I need to see more games. You're now going in year 3. I also want to see somewhat of a leap in your game, which I can only see if you are healthy. That's it. No disrespect. If anything, it would be smart to play Gaff as your starter, who is older, who should, by all metrics, have more miles on his body and more prone to injury. So cool. Younger guy, back you up, right? I think that's what it should be. Have the fresh legs, back him up. But we know it's the other way around. But anyway, Gafford should start. Lively should be the backup until I see Lively clearly playing better than Gafford.
So you're set on wanting Gaff to start.
Yes.
Opening night. Okay.
Yes.
I'm still back and forth on it, and I think part of it is that I'll start with Gafford.
Mm-hmm.
I think from what we saw, which wasn't a lot, I think Gafford was able to adapt faster to playing with another big in the lineup.
Yes. Oh my gosh. AD and Gafford is music. It's almost like, oddly enough, it's weird because it's like obviously AD's the 4 and Gaff's the 5, but I swear they'll switch on the court. Gaff will just play the 4 and Gaff, and then AD's the 5. Like what?
It's true. It's true. So I think
Lively is awkward. He doesn't know his spots.
Right. And that's not a bad thing. Like it's acceptable because the guy is in year 3. Like he's
not there yet.
He just turned 21. Like he's just not there yet. But also, I think Lively, at the end of the day, he has proven when he's healthy, he is a better perimeter defender than Gafford.
Correct.
That I stand by. And also, this changes because Luka's gone. But he is better in the pick and roll, I think, especially when he catches the ball in the high post in those 2-on-1, 3-on-2 situations, which is where I go back and forth because I don't think we'll see that as much now, especially with Kyrie being hurt. There's no one that teams don't have to double the Mavs like they used to in the past, to where they wanted to double Luka.
They ain't gonna double AD. They ain't gonna double Coop. They ain't gonna double PJ. Well, maybe not PJ, but they ain't gonna double Coop.
I think eventually, but are you Look, I'm saying when the offense. Let me explain. When the offense is set up, the Mavericks offense typically was set up to where Lively was coming up to set a ball screen for either Luka or Kyrie, and that's where the double was initiated.
That's where the double every time,
at the top of the key, or maybe minorly on the wing. I do think Anthony Davis will get doubled in the post, but what I'm referring to is when Lively would catch the ball in the high post off a pick and roll.
Yeah, I got you.
So
we're not going to see much of that.
I mean, if AD gets doubled, it's in the post. You have an open shooter opposite side. So I was more referring it to like the guard doubling.
Okay. You're right. We're not going to see a lot of doubles at the top of the key, especially in a pick and roll. Like they're going to they're not going to respect Kyrie, Brandon Williams, D'Lo, Hardy, any point guard. Maybe if Cooper Flagg's bring the ball down, maybe not because he's a rookie. So who knows? But anyway, no, you're absolutely right. We're going to see more doubles down the low post, which is still good because we got Clay on the wing sitting there. We got Cooper on the other wing sitting there. We got D'Lo, ice in his veins, man. Come on. Dwight Powell on the bench cheering his team on.
It's a crazy stray, bro. It's a crazy stray.
Hey, man.
Hey, my man, I appreciate you for joining the show, Unc. Any last words for the young whippersnappers out there?
Listen here. These young kids just don't know, man. I got me a pair of Kyries. They just came in the mail. You know, there's nothing like what my GOAT Kareem Abdul-Jabbar used to wear. You know, we used to hoop in Converses, no arch support. But, you know, I got these nice little Kyries. They're okay. You know, they don't look like the Converses I grew up with, but, you know, they're pretty good. But, no, I just think basketball is a little bit too flashy. You know, we need more Tim Duncans, more fundamentals. I don't care about no 360, no scope, behind the back, alley-oop, three-pointer. No, show me a drop step. Show me a layup. Show me a mid-range. What happened to the mid-range that I loved? DeMar DeRozan is my favorite player because of the mid-range. He's the only one doing it. Him and KD. Bring back, who was it? Not Lance Stevenson. Sean Livingston, king of the mid-range, never missed a shot. Never. Steph Curry can't say that. Oh, Joel Embiid can't say that. Oh, Joker, Luka, AD, Kyrie. Nope, they can't say that. Sean Livingston.
You're funny. You're a funny guy, bro.
Hey, I know ball. That's all I know.
You know ball.
That's all I know.
My guy, I appreciate you for coming on the show, bro.
For sure, man. Anytime, man. I appreciate you. Everybody, make sure you follow MFFL Nation on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. This season is going to be a good one. There's going to be many more good episodes when the season kicks off. I know it.
For sure. We're always going to have the homie back on the show. And y'all be sure to check out his channel, his ex, everything like that.
Yeah.
When we have the next episode, I will be talking about Cooper Flagg's first game as a Maverick. And I'm very excited for that.
I may have to come on here and talk with you about it.
I would love for you to.
I may have to do it.
I would
tomorrow,
love that.
Saturday, whenever. Because we play today. We don't play tomorrow.
No, we play Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
We can run it Saturday. Yeah. You run it tomorrow and Saturday. I don't care. I'm here. I'm here.
All day.
I told the followers I'm doing every game this year. I'm staying committed. I'm staying committed. I fell off last year. I'm staying committed. But MFFL Nation, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We will see you for episode 12. Love y'all.